How's it going, everybody? I'm Zach Chatel here, back with another video. First, before I get started, I apologize if I am a little bit pixelated with the picture. I am using my webcam just stretched out a bit. I know the image quality isn't the greatest, but the audio quality is through a very high quality microphone. And I could be doing this with my phone camera, but the audio quality wouldn't be nearly as good, even with the little microphone I have for my phone. And plus, I'm going to be talking anyway, so I figured you guys would prefer audio or visual. So yeah, I apologize if it is a little pixely on my behalf. I haven't really done a talking video with you guys in a while. Move this a teeny bit. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. I know, as many of you know on the channel, I've been focusing a lot on my Twitch channel lately a lot. And for those of you who don't know, I just recently got affiliated, so thank you guys very much for those of you helping me out over there. It really means a lot to me. Which, for those of you who don't know, who are don't really know Twitch, it's where I can make money off Twitch now. It's not much really, but it's still something, which is awesome. I know it might seem like I kind of given up on this YouTube channel, but that is far from the case. I still am thinking about the YouTube channel. I have been more focused on Twitch the last month and a half. Yes, but I have not forgotten about this channel. That's why I kind of just want to have this is going to be a good length video, just me kind of talking to you guys, kind of a life updates with stuff and what's been going on. Some of you already know some of my friends who are watching this, but many of you will not, for the more like online viewers, and even some of my friends may not know some of this stuff. But I think the last time I've really done a talking video with you guys is like 2-3 months ago. But yeah, I mean, it's been interesting lately. I mean, stuff hasn't been going bad. I have been working a job at a thrift store the last month and a half. But it's just been going pretty well. I actually just got my license Sunday. I tested for it and passed, which is awesome. I actually failed the first time. What is it now? It's Thursday technically now, because it's 1 a.m. when I'm filming this. But last Wednesday, not yesterday, but the Wednesday before, I tested my license. I failed because I forgot to use the turning lane to turn into a residential neighborhood. But then I went back Sunday and was thinking and practiced before and thinking of all the stuff for the test that I have to be aware of, and I passed, which was awesome. My license is coming in the mail very soon, so that is awesome. Just because I've been working on this for the past 6 months. But yeah, I mean, I have my license now. I'm working a job. I'm starting like a 1-month training program. Actually, in a little less than 2 weeks, I'm going to be going to school to become a phlebotomist, where, if you do not know, that is where you take blood from people and send blood to like the lab and stuff and work with patients and make sure the blood's organized and everything, that depending on where you work at. Well, yeah, I was organized, but there's a few places you can work at. I've considered this career on and off for a little bit. I don't necessarily know if I want to do it the rest of my life, but I'm gonna be going to a training course that's just a month long, and then when you're done with that, you're making between $15 and $18 an hour, which is nice, because I kind of want to just get started in that work field. But so yeah, that's starting up really soon for me, which I'm excited for that. I just got my license, which is awesome. So it's been a lot. It's been going on lately. I haven't really talked or said much to you guys. I mean, some of my friends, a good amount of my friends will know this, but for the most of my viewers, excuse me, you will not have known this stuff. I just don't want it to seem like I've completely forgotten about this YouTube channel. That's not the case whatsoever. What else has been going on? I think the last time I'm gonna see the last time I actually did a talking video. I'm gonna make sure I don't have any pulled up on there, don't we? see, not like inappropriate or anything, but just some, might have some personal email, something pulled up from before. The last talking video I did that wasn't like... Oh. Jeez, it's been 4 months. And that was a school speech. Like, last time I really sat down, oh my gosh, 5 months. I mean, yeah, I've had the live streams on here, and I've had, like, those quick announcement videos. Oh, no, announcement and life update. I didn't see that one. 1 month ago, 11 minutes, 25 seconds. So originally that was right, but... I apologize, I haven't really done much on this channel lately, like, talking-wise. I definitely need to get back into that. But yeah, I have been streaming a lot over on Twitch. Been focused on that, which I just recently got affiliated, which is awesome. But overall, life has been going pretty well. Trying to think if there's anything else that I should mention. What was it I was going to talk about? Jeez, I can't remember. But overall, I mean, stuff has been going pretty good for me lately. I know one of my past videos talked about I felt just kind of like lost and stuck. During the middle of the summer, I dealt with a lot of depression, but that's much, much better now. It definitely is weird, though, now that we're like a month into like the regular school year and I'm not back there, and like I can stay up late on school nights if I don't have to work. Even the days I do work, the earliest I ever go in is 10 a.m., so I still can stay up more late. But yeah, it definitely has been interesting. That is for sure. But yeah, I mean, overall, I guess I've just been focusing on live stream on Twitch, my work right now, and I'm starting school for the phlebotomy in 9 days, October 16th. That's when I start. I don't think what else. But yeah, I mean, overall, stuff has been going well. I mean, I think definitely the last 2 years have been pretty emotionally draining for people, or a year and a half probably. Y'all saw 2020 was a really rough mess. 2021 has still been, it's been better, but it still has had some pretty tense, and there's a lot going on in the world right now in terms of political, social, and just a lot of very strong different opinions and ideas. I mean, I think anyone over the age of 12 can see that. Maybe not 12, at least 14 or older. I don't really usually get that political on this channel. I try to keep that separate. I'll talk about like stuff and like slightly opinionated with me on certain things, but it's never like really hard or like super in detail with my opinion. I try to keep this channel out of politics as much as I can. I mean, we do talk a little bit of it out on the Twitch stream sometimes. It's just kind of more so about politicians we don't like. But we don't really go into detail on certain subjects or anything. I've said before that I think too many celebrities and YouTubers are trying to be like politicians and get too political with certain things, which I'm not a fan of. I think when it comes to entertainment, except if you're like a news host or political radio host, something, with a few exceptions, you should stay out of politics as much as you can. I mean, if you say something there now, that's fine and stuff, but like there's some people who just take it really overboard, and it just turns into like, what the heck? A lot of people feel like that with a lot of movies these days. They slip way too much political stuff in there. Actresses and actors get way too crazy about politics. Celebrities, athletes, singers, and all that. Not all. There's just this. Sometimes these people like come out so strong, like you need to be like this or that, and I'm not a big fan of that. I never have been. That's why I've said before, I don't want me to influence someone's political opinion, really. On here, that's why I don't really ever talk much about anything on here much. Or if I do, I keep it very, like, kind of more centered, or not something that's, like, super, super sensitive. But I know there's still a lot of tension right now just with a lot of stuff in the world. Which I'm not going to go super in detail with that because I don't want to get people riled up. But I think stuff overall is better than it seems a lot of the time. It's just there's this crowd of people and groups that seem so loud with certain things and ideas that make stuff seem so much worse, but really that's such a small group. That applies for many things in life. I'm not even talking about politics. I mean, just like negative people, like super negative people. I mean, it just amplifies like over the positivity and good things just tremendously. I think we got to remember that many of us on here are very fortunate. I mean, I obviously don't know everyone's home life and life situation that watches my channel. I'm not going to be like, all of you are completely fortunate, have everything perfect. No. But I'm going to guess a good amount of us and a lot of my friends we have stuff a lot better. A lot of other people do. And I think we need to be thankful more for little things in life. Which we lose track of how much good stuff we have in our life. I mean, I have $1,000 computer and 2 monitors that cost hundreds of dollars, which I'm really thankful for. But I'm not saying you need it to be happy. I'm just saying, and I know a lot of other people who have that too, who are gamers and stuff, and just kind of realizing how good we have it and how, well, I mean, a lot of the time, even when stuff seems very hard and intense, because I know a lot of people I've known are still a little bit tense with stuff going on in the world and just like situations in life, and a lot of my friends who are graduated are feeling pretty lost and are struggling. But just got to remember there are a lot more better things and good things in the world. It just, the negativity, especially, I've said this before, I am not a fan of the news whatsoever. I don't think everyone who I'm not saying everyone who works for the news or watches the news is like evil or corrupt or something. I think a majority of news companies are more propagandic and get people riled up more than actually just news. This is what happened. I am very critical. I will say I am very critical of mainstream media. I am not a fan of most of them. I think about 70 or 80% of them are pretty corrupt, and they do more harm than good. Used to be you could rely on any news company, regardless of what it was, to just tell you what actually happened. That was it. Not an opinion, not some spin, not some fake, not leaving a bunch of stuff out, which that isn't the case anymore. I have talked to many of my friends from all over the political spectrum. They have all said the same thing. They do not trust the news anymore or anything. I mean, it's just, more and more people are waking up and realizing the news is more of a divider than really a uniter. Like, I know, so I'm not even saying some of the news has to be wonderful and, like, great, because they're there to inform, but it's more so it went from telling just what was happened and that was it, to spinning the story, putting a bunch of emotion on it, trying to divide people. And it's just their bias, you can really tell, sinks in, and so much stuff gets spun. I'm not a big fan of them. So that's a little bit of my rant on that. But majority of people are feeling like me in that sense. I mean, you can have any sort of political views, and you can tell that there's just not something right with the mainstream news anymore. I'm someone who said before, I think politics should be more of a private thing. It needs to stay out of businesses and schools and like movies and YouTube and stuff. Unless you're like actually like a political host, political channel with some of that, but I mean, I will go on YouTube and there's just there's just so much political stuff that is trending, or people I'm just regularly watching or posting something about that's like, no, you don't need to do this. Is like, I think most people would agree that they would wish we could go back to a little bit more of the days where you didn't judge someone by who they voted for or what they believed in to say versus more of their character. But it's just gotten so tense because it feels like a lot of times so much stuff just gets shoved in her face, but then one side's like, well, we kind of support this, so it doesn't bother me as much, and then they call these people names and this and that. It's just a massive circle of this and that. I mean, I know it sounds kind of weird the way I'm saying it, but you kind of get the gist of what I'm saying. I'm a person who wants politics to be separated from just about everything in society. I'm not saying you can ever talk about it or anything, not at all. I just don't like when entertainment companies are trying to push their agenda down your throat. Mainstream media is being biased and showing this, that, in this. I'm just not a big fan of that, especially a lot of times like kid shows now are putting out political stuff. It's like, no. I'm just not. It's just, I don't like it when certain things get thrown into certain aspects of life. I mean, I went to a sports game. I went to the Lions game actually a couple weeks ago. And it was actually the game where Justin Tucker hit the longest field goal in history, for those of you that saw that. And I just was sitting there, and I told my dad afterwards. And, like, we were all in the game. I mean, we were all just there as Lions fans, and yes, there were some Ravens fans, but everyone got along from around. I mean, even, like, the Ravens and Lions fans, they weren't fighting or throwing stuff. And, like, people from all different backgrounds of life, could tell. I mean, there were people of all races and ages and everything. And we're all just there with one common thing, cheering for the Lions, or a few of them for the Ravens, yeah. But I told my dad afterwards, I'm like, it really is not as divided as they make it sound to be with some of this. I say we're in there with people of all different backgrounds, races, and religions and everything, and we're all getting along, we're all just cheering for the team. It's like, it's so much better than we think it is in terms of division. They try and make it out like there's all this division, people hate each other and this and that, which really, yes, there's some, and there definitely is more of a political thing. There is definitely some political division, but it's not really as bad as they make it out to be. But that was just something kind of like, I mean, we're all just there, and everyone's getting along, rooting for the same team. So I think, in a sense, a lot of stuff in life is better than you think it is. It's very easy to focus on the bad things. I mean, it's hard not to. I mean, our brains are just, like, wired to go towards, like, negative or breaking news or bad stuff. But it's nothing we can even really control, that what interests us. But I think if overall stuff is going to get better overall. I know stuff in the world seems tense right now, but overall there's still a lot of good going on. Stuff is going to get better and calm down more. I mean, overall it doesn't seem that bad, but there definitely is some tension still. But yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to do for this video, guys. We've been recording this for 20 minutes now. I have a talking video, kind of just tell you what I've been doing in my life as of recently. Just, and kind of just talk about current world situation a little bit, and why there's a lot of good things to be thankful for in life, because really, they could always be a lot worse. Try and look at the good things in life. I know it can be very hard, difficult to, and sometimes you just gotta block those negative things out. I actually had to block a few people. I don't think I said this to really anyone, but I had to block a few people just because they got just so nasty. And I just felt like I had always been so nice to them and trying to help them and involve them, invite them to stuff, and they just were treating me like kind of shit, honestly. I'm not going to say who or what it is, what stuff was about, but I just kind of got fed up with it after just stuff they'd done, whether it's been months or years. Not like they've been jerks to me non-stop, no, but they just, as of recent, were just being rude and nasty, and I was just getting sick of being nice to them and inviting them to stuff and trying to feel them like, you know what, you don't deserve my kindness if you're just going to be like this. And I did block a few people because I just got so sick and fed up with it. I was just feeling like I was getting taken advantage of. I just was like, this is bullshit, I'm done with this. So, I mean, sometimes you just gotta block or remove something that's toxic from your life. It can be hard to do, but it feels better. I mean, I feel much better after not to hear from those people in a while. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to leave it on that note. Once again, thank you all very much for watching this. It means a lot. Sorry if it was a little bit pixely. I knew this was going to be more verbal things, so I chose to do this with the webcam, but at least you got to listen to a really good microphone. Thank you all, everyone, for all the support on the channel lately, the YouTube and the Twitch one. If you would like to go watch me more on Twitch times, I will put the link in the description. I stream 4 to 5 days a week on there, usually around 8 or 9 o'clock at night. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching this and for always being here, guys, on the channel and supporting me. I will see you guys in the next one.